And hello fellow tankers, Space Bandit here with another episode of World of Tanks. And today guys, we're gonna concentrate on increasing your win rate again. And this time what we're going to do is focus on how not to neglect your base. Because if you neglect your base, then you're not increasing your win rate, trust me. Don't be a lame, crazy pusher. I know sometimes it happens that your team just steamrolls over the flank and you steamroll with the team and the urge is to just go and keep going. Don't do it guys. It's just gonna lead to your demise. Always check the map, see what happens on the other flank. If the other flank is winning, so be it. Then you guys steamroll over the team 15-2, you don't have to come back, you don't have to worry about your base whatsoever. But if the other flank loses and you fail to come back, especially if you're a top tier heavy or top tier medium tank, you're not giving yourself a chance to win. And in many cases, you're gonna lose the game. So I have two games for you today. The first game is in my M103 and the second game will be in a Polish premium tank 50 TP. In both cases, I'm gonna show you examples of what to do when you win a flank and your opposing flank falls. And with a lot of new players nowadays in World of Tanks, I see this as a common theme. Team wins a flank, everybody pushes through like a crazy maniac. In both games, and you'll see what I'm talking about, I was forced to come back and defend. And in both cases, I was the only one that turned around to come back and defend. Now, if you're in a bottom tier tank or a mid tier tank, in many cases if you do this, you're gonna fail. But if you're a top tier tank, especially a top tier heavy with some mobility, I urge you to try to come back, fight for your base, find yourself a good defensive position and work from there. And if for whatever reason you get YOLO by a light tank, which can happen, you're gonna have to fight it off. Believe in your skill, and if you don't have it, learn to aim without auto aiming, especially at the light tanks. But again, this way you'll be able to definitely increase your win rate. At least you will try, because in many cases your team will not cap. They'll run through the base, they'll run past the base, and the opposing team will end up capping and you're gonna lose the game. How many games did you guys lose like that? I've lost many games like that in the past and I'm sick and tired of it. That's why I thought I would create this video and show you guys what I'm doing. In some cases it does not pan out for me. It is what it is. It's a risk decision you have to make. At the end of the day, you realize if it was the right decision or not. So here, as you've noticed, we managed to win the east side of the map. Completely won that side of the map. Yet our team is pushing through the open field into the enemy's base. It's really hard to find cover in this area. If the enemy team was smart and they would have come back, our greens would have gotten picked apart. But here, take a look how many reds are actually pushing through. They completely destroyed the other flank. So now the question is, am I putting myself in a very risky situation? Yes, absolutely. But I would do anything, guys, anything to win the game. I mean, there are people out there that are just damage hungry. They'll just go for damage. They want to do damage, they don't care, they win or lose. I'm not that type of player. I actually care about winning the game. So I will always do this in my heavy tanks. And it's up to you guys whether you do this or not. It's up to you whether you care about your win rate. If you don't, you may as well turn off this video. It's definitely not for you. However, I do. So if you're the type of player like me, if you think winning is everything, you would do what I'm doing here. So what I did here was I was looking for shot opportunities from the middle initially, but I couldn't get any shots on anybody. So basically I decided to scoot down close to the lake and find myself a nice defensive position. Now M103 has a very strong turret, so I want to use the tank's strength. The advantage of this tank is turret armor. So all I want to be able to do is just expose the turret and try to spot these guys in the base and fight them best I can. Now unfortunately, not everything turned out as planned. I have T-32 in the base plus T-34. So both of these tanks have pretty strong turrets. So I'm kind of forced to overexpose myself here so I can shoot their hull. And that's the reason I'm taking heavy fire right here. But I don't mind. I don't mind trading hit points at this point in time. I don't mind it because I'm doing a team a favor. I'm actually trying to decap. And I had Yak Tiger shooting at me, or sorry, that was a Tortoise shooting at me from the right side. Plus I had these two guys in the cap shooting at me as well. Now, I'm a one-shot now, so obviously what I'm doing is I'm dropping back into more defensive position. So that way, I'm being protected from shots by Tortoise and the shots from T-32. As you can see, my armor is working wonders right now. I have decapped. I don't have to be exposing myself anymore. My team is doing a good job on the other side while I'm holding off this side. So next step is fight off this light tank. And now that's going to be a challenge. And actually, in this game, this light tank makes a huge error. Because what he should have done, he actually should have charged me. As you can see, I missed my shot. I was aiming and leading it properly, but he turned at the last moment when I tried to fire. But if he took me out of the game, maybe these guys had a chance, but maybe not. It was already too late. If that light tank engaged me a lot earlier in the game, I would have been in big trouble. Because, like I said, I was the only one fighting out of this position. And if I got taken out, maybe the Reds had the chance. Because I forced them to fight on two flanks. They were in a total crossfire situation. Since my team steamrolled from the north and I came from the east, the game was pretty much over. And yes, I lost all of my hit points. Yes, not the greatest game. And again, these games that I'm showing you today, they're not going to be the greatest, but they're your normal, average games. Or maybe this one's slightly above average. So we managed to put up 3.8, almost 3.9k damage. Look at the block damage. 3.3k block damage. That's what this tank can do if you only expose the turret. And yes, it has a pretty poor cupola on top, but if you do the ridge fighting and you expose your turret at the proper angle, people are gonna have a hard time penetrating you. Anyway guys, let's skip to the next replay. And next game is in my 50 TP premium tank, Polish premium tank on map Fjords. Again, very good matchmaking with the top tier. Although there are two artilleries in the game, so this is something we need to be cautious about. So, being a heavy tank, I like to kind of hit middle of this map. Usually that's my hunting spot. I like to go right in the middle and engage any of the tanks that are coming through the middle. Another option would be to go up north to B9 area, somewhere over there. But it takes a while for you to get there, and once you overexpose and go into the middle of the map, it's really hard to get back unless you actually win the north side. So, but that's another option because it's not too far from the base, so you can go up there, do some shooting, initial shooting, and come back to the base. But you are fully exposed, and if there's artillery in the game, you will get shot in that area unless you're hiding right behind that hill at A8, and that would be a good spot. But again, you can only get there if you're a fast tank. In 50 TP, even though it's pretty mobile, I think it would be pretty difficult to get there. Now, where I am right now is not completely already safe. If you poke out a little bit further, and depending on the position of the artillery, if they're sitting at A4, you are gonna get shot in this position here. So beware of that. But I've noticed already being spotted somewhere closer to C1, or was it C2 area, so I know they wouldn't get shots on me once they're sitting there. So I'm taking my chances. I'm just gonna try to poke through the middle and see if I can get any shots. Again, it's early in the game. I don't want to overexpose myself, even being a top tier, but trying to look for some damaging shots. So I've reloaded to APCR here because I thought I was going to engage these guys' turrets. I probably would be able to penetrate some of these guys using AP rounds, but I do like shell velocity of APCR shells, and I normally switch, not because of the penetration, just because the way these shells behave. So it is what it is. If you guys don't like APCR, if you don't like watching me spamming APCR, again, you may as well turn off this video, because sometimes I do use it. But again, it's a preferential thing for me. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to hang around the middle portion here as much as possible and gauge the situation. As you can see, we are losing the A9 area there. So these tanks over there are gonna try to probably just scoot down to our base right away. In the meantime, I'm thinking what to do here. I know this Lycan poses no threat to me, so as long as I angle properly, he's not gonna be able to penetrate me unless he loads his premium rounds. So we missed the first shot. We're gonna try to put the second shell into him, and we do. So again, just judging the situation here, I'm thinking, what should I be doing? First thing I want to do is I want to take out that light tank. He's dangerous, so I want to take him out of the game. One less light tank in the game, always the better. So we're gonna quickly snap shoot him. That works out. Why not? This tank sometimes is hit and miss when it comes to snap shooting, but it worked out for me this time around. So we're gonna try to... Initially I was thinking go here and engage these guys that are in C2, C3 area, and we would have probably cleared this side and capped out, but I decided to come back and decap the base. As you can see, no one wants to decap. Even the tank destroyer that was there, that's an what is it? He's an H6 right now. He's just run away. So he doesn't care about decapping. There's one tank destroyer in our base, which turns out to be a Scorpion, and he's the only one that's gonna stay there and help me with decap. And what I'm doing here is I'm trying to approach them from this position here so that I can create crossfire again. So I have my tank destroyer, the Scorpion, at H9 while I'm engaging them from F8. Basically, I'm creating crossfire. They either have to look at me or they have to look at him. If they're looking at me, he's gonna have easier shots in the turrets. If they're looking at him, I'm gonna have an easy side shot into these guys. So here we managed to take out the IS-3, who is pretty dangerous tank. We're gonna try to focus fire the T-29 right now. I believe there was 2 of the T-29s that approached our base. Unfortunately, this shot misses. T-29 backed out, and my reaction is not the greatest, so you can see me firing the shot while he's moving backwards. But we're gonna try to come back again and re-engage them. They're not paying attention to me right now. One T-29 gets taken out, so we should be able to take out the second one with a turret shot. And there we go, we take him out. So we cleared our side of the map. Now, as you can see, the other side is still fighting. The platoon of the 2 tanks, the 2 medium tanks, basically they cleaned up over there. So if I made my way over to the other side, it is possible that we would be able to clean that area up quicker and then cap before we get capped out on this side. But I hate cappers too, guys. I don't like capping. I only resort to capping under certain circumstances. When there's no other way to win the game, I will cap. Other than that, I'm not gonna cap. It's just not me. I'd rather fight. I mean, that's what this game is about. You want to fight. You don't want to cap. Anyway, so look at what our Scorpion does. Scorpion has almost no health, and he's charging like a crazy maniac. He's a support tank. He's not a heavy tank. He should be letting me go in and doing the fight while he's falling and supporting me from behind me or somewhere in the cover. I told him to stop. And here he's gonna get taken out, and I'm just pissed off out of proportion here. I'm like, great game. Just great game, buddy. Absolutely fantastic. So I'm left alone with the RD right now, and against me there are 2 medium tanks, 2 guys in the platoon that just cleaned up the other side of the map, and they're the top tier platoon as well. But even though I know they're low health, I'm gonna have to be careful with them. I'm basically trying to get here and spot them. So my artillery has shots. And I have some cover here. There's a rock over here. And I was expecting them to scoot up the hill into B7 area. But they didn't go there yet. And they got themselves in a good situation, good position here, because they're hull down. And I'm taking some fire. So basically I decided to back off, hide behind a rock, and rethink the situation. Now I'm worried that they're gonna charge me. I know they're both low health right now. So they're pretty much both one-shots to me. The only threat right now is the artillery. So I'm a bit worried about that. Again, I'm gonna wait it out here to see if our artillery has shots. They're already fired. I haven't seen our already fired, not sure why. But anyway, don't see them now. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to charge them. I have enough HP to take them on, but here I see them scooting down into the bottom of the map. So I know artillery is still here. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to take the RD out and isolate them. Once RD is out of the game, they'll be easy to take out. And I'm not afraid of the RD. It was a lower tier RD, so I could take a hit here. From that angle, there's no chance for me catching fire or anything. The worst case would be my crew members dying or my driver dying or something like that. But I still have med kit available and I have a repair kit available, so that wouldn't be a problem. So here I know they scooted down somewhere down the 2-lane. So my initial thinking is go on that route, but then I thought if I go through the map, I'm relatively slow, so I'll be quicker to catch them if they're trying to go towards our base and cap. So that was the idea here. Now look at what our RD is doing. Smart guy is dropping. He's going to support me from the back of the field. If you're an RD player, guys, take a look at what this guy's doing. He's playing a good game. He's going to play a good game until the end. So since I know that they're one hits to me, both of them, I've switched to my HE shells right now. I'm pretty sure I should be able to take them out with HE shells, even if they only expose their turrets, especially Centurion. Centurion has a strong turret. If he exposes only his turret, I should be able to take him out with one hit of HE. The same goes for the other tank. So I'm not scared. I'm just going to charge him right here. If I was a lot lower HP, I would play it a lot more passive. Would be a lot more careful with what I do. But because I am almost half or over half health, then that's not really a problem for me. So I'm worried here that they're going to be on the right side, but they turn out to be on the left side of me. So what I'm going to try to do is take that Centurion out. Again, he thinks he has turret armor. He doesn't, because I'm using HE shell. So now what we're going to try to do is scoot after the last tank. Is the TVP. Now I'm being a bit overcautious here. I think I could be able just to charge him right away. I think that was a mistake. I should have been charging him right away. If I did, I would have gotten last shot at him. But here I hit that little hill, so I don't get a gun depression, and he manages to run off. And he's a lot faster than me, so all he can do is run. But why run? Why run, boy? You're gonna be dead in no time. Look at our RD goal. Boom. RD rams into death, and that's the end of it. So again, another example of me coming back and defending the base. Again, guys, you have to judge the situation. What's the best approach? In different situation, there might be a completely different outcome. Here, I made a decision to come back to the base. Could we won the game if I didn't defend the base? Maybe, or maybe not. I don't know. It's hard to predict at this point in time. Again, not a fantastic game. Only about 3k damage. I spammed some APCR rounds. I did get my Top Gun medal though. Pretty good game for this tank, although pretty average. Again, the point of this video is to show that if you want to win, if you want to increase your win rate, do not neglect your base. Fight out of the position somewhere central in the map where it'd be easy for you to come back and defend, as well as easy to go forward and charge with your team if your team is steamrolling on both sides of the map. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Go visit CloneGuy72 and Garadingi. I'll leave links to their channels in the description section below. That's it for now. Until next time, happy tanking. Space Bandit checking out.